This'll do. It's gonna spark up a fire, but it's awfully gusty right now. I knew it was going to be windy, so that's why I brought the tent. And actually this tent is meant for windy, wintry weather. So I'm just going to wait a bit. All sorts of animal tracks. There we go. There's a couple right here. Well, there's no birch bark around here, so may as well bring lint or cotton ball. Wind's died down. Sorry about the wind again with the mic. My internal mic on this guy causes all sorts of problems with me, so hopefully I can get a new one, new camera, soon. Wind's died down just a little bit, so figured I'd get this fire going now. My goal is to go out on the ice, punch a hole through the ice, and try my hand at ice fishing. I've only done it once, and the lake was a dead lake, meaning there was no fish. So we stood there like idiots for hours. I want to catch fish because I've got dinner tonight, breakfast tomorrow, and that's it. If I don't catch a fish, I'm not eating for a night and a morning. Sorry, the lighting is a bit tricky when all you have is a headlamp. But there we go. You see it? Few things are better on a cold winter night than a well done steak. So the wind's kicked up again. So I think as soon as I finish this meal, I'm probably going to head to bed. It's not very fun being out in the wind. Not quite like rain, but we'll see how the night goes. Well, late start this morning. The wind was just howling in the morning, so I didn't even want to get out of bed. I do have bacon for breakfast, but I don't know if I'm gonna cook that with this wind. It's not the most comfortable thing to be sitting out in the wind. It's not that strong, it's like 20-mile gusts, but with the temperatures hovering around 0, it makes the air feel a lot colder. Partial blue sky, might get some sun. So the plan today is to eventually mosey out not far from here onto the lake. I'm trying to see if I can get into a part where there's less wind just behind me. So try my hand at ice fishing. Good coffee. Campfire coffee. Well, hopefully you can see me there. I'm already in some slush. Not sure how thick this ice is. This is tough. I'm about a foot down, and I've been poking it with this big poker stick behind me, and it feels solid still. My axe, it's only a hatchet, so I can't reach down very far. I don't know if I'm getting through, guys, but I'm gonna keep trying for a bit. This is when I regret not stopping off and getting an auger. Should have known this time of year it would still be incredibly, well, thicker than what an axe can probably get through. It's also frustrating too because water's just seeping in faster than I can clear it. So I can't see how much progress I'm making. It's really hard to tell if I'm close to the bottom or close to the breaching the ice. I'm just left with hacking at it with a knife now because my axe doesn't, or hatchet doesn't go down that far with any use. Well, throwing in the towel. See my poker stick? I got about, wow, it's getting windy. I got about 2 feet down and started poking it with a knife more just to make a little hole to see if see if I was even close. And it doesn't feel like it or sound like it. Just solid. I even heaved on it with the poker stick. No luck. So I'm getting really cold out here. So I'm gonna go get the fire going and warm up. Sucks. Now I know, bring an auger. Or a longer axe. Came back to the fire and it was out, but it was still a little bit warm. Oftentimes you can just, if you feel it with your hands, if there's heat coming off, there's likely coals in there. So you can just put a bunch of dry tinder on top, and the heat will collect and then hopefully fire afterwards. wind is not letting it heat up in there. You can see a little bit of smoke. Maybe if I stand in front of the wind. Create a wind block here. Well, I figured since I couldn't even get through the ice, I'll just eat the breakfast that I skipped this morning as my consolation mercy prize. And what's bacon without a beer? Well, it's not as good. This is an Imperial Stout, a 9%er. I've got heartburn medication in the tent, so I think we should be fine. Wow. The best bacon in the world is the kind that you eat when you haven't eaten all day. Actually, I did have an apple this morning. That's delicious. Now, these are cooking really slow, but I prefer doing them on a stick because the fat drips off, and I feel they get drier, not as greasy. Oh, wow. Last night, I actually woke up freezing. This sleeping bag I have has got to go. It's really old, and it's kind of on the cheaper side too. Tonight's going to be just as or colder, around -5. But it's just this wind that's a killer. I've heard it said that wind can lock you down when you're in the woods. I didn't believe it. I always thought it was rain. Rain is the killer. But now I'm seeing why. This wind has not stopped. And even now, though it's not windy here, I can hear it whispering through the trees. That's the thing about wind in the forest. You can hear it coming. Hundreds of meters away, you hear it coming. Family's doing well. It's times like this where I get that new sensation, missing my son. It's coming up on 9 months now. Soon he'll be crawling and walking. Very soon. Oh, and Henry's doing just fine too. He actually hasn't left the door since I've left. Just standing there looking at the door. What a guy. Trips like these are kind of difficult to bring him out. For one, I wanted to try ice fishing, and he would have been freezing out there. He wouldn't stay back here. He'd follow me wherever I go. He's a little shadow, that guy. And I knew it was going to be windy. That's also not fun for him. That the windstorm episode or video that I did almost a year ago now, he wasn't having a good time. I could tell. I kept fetching him, playing fetch with the ball, and that gets him going. But when you're trying to do stuff like ice fishing and stuff, you don't have time for that. Got this fire going now. Wind picked up quite a bit in short spurts, but it's got me a little cold, so I needed to go out and do something, so I grabbed more wood. Full moon out tonight. Alright guys, well, wind's starting to pick up again. I had about an hour and a half or 2 hours of basically calm weather. Full moon is beautiful. This picture doesn't do it justice, how much I can see, but you can kind of see the shimmer off the lake. Very cool. Well, this has been an awesome two-nighter. My last night tonight. Hopefully I don't get too cold tonight. I'm going to wait here next to the fire for a bit longer and then crawl into bed. So I'll see you guys in the morning. Well, good morning. Just brought the camera away from the fire to get it out of the wind so you could hear me. Breakfast. Campfire coffee. Grinds and all. As you can see, it's snowing quite a bit. The lake is almost a whiteout. Unfortunately, it's blowing in the direction that, the opposite direction that I'm going to be traveling, so it's going to be in my face. That's always fun. It's good to be back out here. Wasn't as windy last night. And away we go. Oh, that was a fun trip. 2 nights, very little food. No luck fishing. No luck even getting through the ice, to be more precise. Well guys, that's gonna do it for this one. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye guys.